The Mets got Juan Soto. I know none of you knew that, but that's why I'm here to report the news. So there you go. Juan Soto is a Met. The Phillies made an in-division trade with the Marlins for starting pitcher Jesus Luzardo. The Washington Nationals got Josh Bell, not to be confused with Josh Pecker, his former co-star turned Pedo Drake Bell. The name is Josh Bell. Funny how that lined up. And then the Atlanta Braves have just been there. They've only lost players this offseason. Catcher Travis d'Arnaud, who'd been with the team for 5 years now, went to Disneyland to join the Angels, while Max Fried, someone who's only ever been a Brave, left for New York. So in theory, you look at this and go, damn, the Braves are falling off. They're doomed and not doing anything to help themselves in 2025. And to that, I say, no. Really quick, as always, if you're part of the 59% of viewers not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button if you enjoy the videos, as there are plenty of teams out there who haven't done anything to help themselves out, and it's not good. The Mariners especially, the Orioles haven't done much. I talked about those two lately, and there's others that could use more help, but the Atlanta Braves, yeah, they might fall into the category of being a very quiet team this offseason, a team that's been outspent by pretty much anyone who spent anything, and yes, that includes the homeless A's. They've spent more than 2/3 of the league. Same with the Angels. So teams like that are spending money, some even taking Braves players like d'Arnaud, and here are the Braves sitting on their hands. Alex Anthopoulos, double A as they call him, is known to be a very good swindler. A lot of his decisions and moves have worked really well, as he's helped set up the Braves in a really good position, but he's been very quiet this offseason, more quiet than ever. So why is that? Well, for the Braves specifically, they don't fall into the same category as the Mariners or Rockies or something, if they're still a thing. With the way this Braves team stands, you know what they need to do? Nothing, really. Now, it's not like anyone expected the Braves to get the biggest names on the free agent market anyway, and that's because that's never really been an expectation. Despite having the third richest owner in baseball, the Braves have become known for, I wouldn't say being cheap, but they're definitely not a team that's going to be giving out Steve Cohen type contracts left and right. They're not about giving contracts, especially to guys in their 30s or whatever. It's just not how they operate. And they've also become very good at convincing their young stars to take team-friendly deals. So much so it's become a joke at this point. Max Fried ended up being like the only guy to not take that. Well, Freddie Freeman and Dansby Swanson too, as they didn't get those team-friendly deals, went to free agency and got a ton of money. But the Braves operate in a very particular way that's worked, mostly. I mean, hello, they've been in the postseason 7 straight years now with a championship to show for it. So I don't think anyone's shocked that they haven't signed Pete Alonso or Alex Bregman or missed out on Blake Snell. I feel like Braves fans can understand those types of free agents were never really an option. But I also feel like I've seen some Braves fans voice concern over the lack of moves. But like I said, with how I don't think they need to make any moves, you know why I think that? Because they're about to add like 5 players for 2025. Maybe not in free agency, but literal MVP all-star caliber players that they didn't have for most of, if not all of last year, depending on who you're talking about. The 2024 Atlanta Braves were no different than your local hospital or rehab center. I mean, this team must have made a deal with the devil when winning the 2021 World Series and signing all their young players to team-friendly contracts, because the baseball gods had zero mercy whatsoever on the Braves last year. I mean, every other week it seemed someone was going down. It started with Spencer Strider, the guy everyone was rightfully predicting to win the Cy Young Award, needing elbow surgery. Then the MVP, Ronald Acuna Jr., coming off a historic 2023 season, tears his other ACL, the one he didn't tear back in 2021. Austin Riley broke his hand in August. Ozzie Albies broke his toe on a hit by pitch in April, and then broke his wrist in July. This team just didn't catch a break. It was ridiculous. And the way the team was a big overall change in the way we've gotten to know them, at least offensively, because after having arguably the greatest offense in baseball history in 2023, they weren't a bad offense in 2024, but it was a clear drop-off, as the injuries to their best hitters obviously didn't help, but even the ones healthy struggled, or at least had down years for their standards. It just overall was a very strange year. Things never felt right in Atlanta. And guess what? They still made the frickin' playoffs anyway, despite all the crap they dealt with all year, starting with their ace Spencer Strider going down. No worries, Chris Sale goes on to win his first ever Cy Young Award. Imagine telling someone before the 2024 season that you were a time traveler and know that a Brave wins a Cy Young Award that year. Other than them telling you that you're full of shit with the time travel stuff, they'd say, duh, it's Strider. He's the Cy Young winner. But because baseball is constantly drunk and high on meth, no, it's Chris Sale who wins it after all the shit he went through in his last several years in Boston. And not just that, the Braves went on to have the best pitching staff in all of baseball because of Sale and Ronaldo Lopez dominating in his first year as a starting pitcher, Spencer Schwellenbach in his first year ever, like he was just born and he's already a good starting pitcher. Think about all that. Your top pitcher, who everyone is predicting to win Cy Young, goes down, yet you still go on to have the best pitching staff in the game all year and the Cy Young Award winner anyway. The Braves still came up with 89 wins and made the playoffs with all those injuries. So what if they got dusted in San Diego? It just shows the potential they have to get back to normal in 2025 at full strength. They're getting like 50% of their team back. Strider, Acuna, the literal two best players on the team, Austin Riley, Michael Harris II, Ozzie Albies, all guys who dealt with injuries last year will be back. And I know it's asking for a lot. I get it. And I'm not even joking. It really is a lot to ask for all those guys to be healthy a whole year. But if this Braves team can be mostly healthy, yeah, I know the Mets just made the NLCS and then got Juan Soto. I know the Phillies should still be good. But are you really telling me with a straight face those teams are better than a healthy Braves team? I don't know, maybe you are. Maybe you feel that way. But to me, a healthy Braves team is one of the most dangerous threats in baseball that can rival anyone, including the Dodgers. Absolutely. And this is with them doing nothing other than just simply getting ready for the season. No big signings or trades, no big moves, nothing. The players coming back from the injured list should be enough to make any other team sweat. So have the Braves done nothing this offseason? Yeah, they haven't, but they don't need to. If Atlanta can make their hospital less busy, I don't think it's a hot take at all to say they should win the division. From top to bottom, I think they'd have the best roster. Again, gotta stay healthy, but if they do, I shouldn't have to warn anyone to watch out. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching.